Hello guys, my name is Chris Velasco, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the neighborhood that I grew up in. So to do my presentation, I decided to record a little video and walk around the neighborhood that I grew up in. For those of you who don't know, I kind of grew up all over the South Bay, and so a little bit in Chula Vista, National City, but I think my most favorite neighborhood that I grew up in was down here in South San Diego, and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and share some of my experiences growing up here. Alright, the sun is kind of in my eyes here, but I have not been to my childhood house since I was like 12 years old, maybe close to 13. So let's go ahead, and I almost don't even recognize it. So it's very much paved over. I used to have a really giant tree. Let me see if I can show you guys. Yeah, that's my neighborhood house right there, or the old house I grew up in. Yeah, so it's probably kind of creepy to be recording a house that's not mine anymore, but I used to have a ginormous tree. There used to be fruits and stuff. I remember this house looking so much bigger. There's a really funny story about my sister who got stuck on the roof right there and was trying to escape my dad. There's this gate. This is not, or fence I should say. This didn't used to be here. So what's the big deal about this neighborhood? It's really random, and probably most of you have no clue where this is. But it used to be fairly rural, right outside of this little suburban neighborhood. And there's still a little bit of the remnants of that. I'm gonna continue walking as if I was walking to my elementary school. So that whole fence up there, that is one long parcel of land. And that's a pretty common thing down here in South San Diego. There's still a lot of remnants of properties that used to be ranches and things like that. In elementary school, we used to hop the fence and go play with cows. It's kind of a weird thing to be talking about in San Diego, but hey, I did it as a kid. I'm not sure if you can see these suburb houses, these cookie cutter looking houses, but they didn't exist when I was a kid. It used to be literally just a dirt lot. Actually, here's a good example. So it was a dirt lot minus the fence, and I used to walk literally through these houses to get to my elementary school. I remember not liking when these houses showed up. Okay, continuing onward. So, here's the other thing. So there was no sidewalk on this side of the street. So once upon a time there was no sidewalk, and it was literally just dirt to walk to school. Yeah, good times. Alright, so I'm arriving at Emery Elementary School, which is on the corner of Saturn and Coronado. So, hello. So on Saturn Boulevard, there tends to be a lot of drag racing which occurs. It's not exactly the safest neighborhood for kids to be walking. Alright, so we made it to my elementary school. This is where I grew up, and immediately the first thing I notice is just how much more fortified it looks. there was always a gate here, but it wasn't quite like this. Of course, I went to school here in the pre-Columbine days, but I don't know, it's kind of sad to see, but I guess it's understandable. This is America after all. Support your Second Amendment and stuff. Okay, so moving away from Emery Elementary School where I grew up. It's a really nice sunset. So you see this fence right here? This fence also was not here as a little kid. And then it kind of got put up when I was like 12 or 11-ish, because kids kept getting hit trying to run across the elementary school to go to the park over here and the rec center down there. But yeah, that was the solution that they put up. All right, let's continue on. So if we continue down the street, I'm walking down Saturn. Oh, there's a mural. This mural wasn't here when I was a kid. It's actually kind of nice. I like it. We need more of this. Good job, Emery. Oh yeah. So here's a really cool thing about this area. It shares a border with Chula Vista and Imperial Beach, and if you follow this road, Coronado, it will take you all the way down to the beach, which is really awesome. Whoa. It is a little bit loud over here, so I used to remember coming out here and wanting to go to Jack in the Box and stuff. But now I don't know if I would let my own kids, not that I have any, I don't know if I would let them hang out on this street, It's a really wide street. Cars go by kind of fast. But yeah, I used to love going to Jack in the Box. Just for the record, Jack in the Box is not a sponsor of this video, and in no way do I condone the fast food diet at all. Alright. Okay, this joint right here, Victoria's, some of the greatest carne asada fries known to man, or carne asada chips. Also over here, this is a newer restaurant, but it is delicious. Baja Oyster and Sushi Bar. Highly recommend it. Totally digging this vibe. I've seen the statistics. Me of all people should know that this is one of the most dangerous roads. High pedestrian casualties, but we're going for it anyways. Jaywalking is a made-up crime anyways. This is the shopping center I just jaywalked into. It's very barren. I don't remember it being this empty as a kid, so I don't know how much of this is just the COVID factor. Just an oversized parking lot. Alright, so here we have a little bit of some smaller businesses, some local businesses. Some of them look like they're permanently closed. Hey, good news, guys. So this little restaurant right here, my friend used to own it, or his parents owned it, I should say. So I'm gonna stop by and see how things are going in there. It's good to see that it's still open. All right, good news, guys. My friend, his family still owns the business, so yeah, pretty cool stuff. All right, continuing on with our journey. Something that I'm kind of realizing is very unfortunate is that the community has this beautiful park over here. know, and it's right next to all of the commercial and stuff right here. It's just very unfortunate that in order to get to it, you have this very fast-paced road. You know, cars are traveling about, I guess, slightly under 50, maybe like 40. Still don't want to get hit by one of them, but you know, there's definitely some good things going on here, but not exactly optimized. Not exactly optimized right now. This is the park I used to play in as a kid. I used to bike here. It was right across the street from my elementary school, right across from the Jack in the Box. Oh man, this is gonna be a throwback. As a kid, this caterpillar used to mess me up. I thought I was gonna die like a million times on this caterpillar right here. You see that thing? This caterpillar was the bane of my existence. I remember getting stuck on this thing and thinking that I was gonna like fall to my death. And now look at me. It's a joke. Oh, COVID. Okay, I need to wash my hands, but okay. I'll wash my hands and then I'll get back to you. Alright, just a little pro tip. Surviving in the age of Rona. Always carry rubbing alcohol with you. This is how I have avoided COVID this far. Okay? Alright, we're all clean again. Let's continue with our adventure. And I think we're gonna start heading back home. I just wanted to give you guys like a little circuit of what it was like growing up here. I hope this kind of helps to give you a little bit of context. There's a few more things. We're gonna stop by the rec center and then we'll continue. All right, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Let's continue on our journey. It's really nice, actually. You know, it's got a really big, wide field. I remember playing baseball in this field, playing soccer in this field, but it's also got like a lot of trees. It's got a little jungle gym. There's actual baseball field over here. It's kind of hidden by the sunset and the fence, but yeah, that's an extension of the park. The rec center is another great asset that this community has. This rec center, it has like ping pong balls and there's all kinds of classes, and it's not just for kids. I remember that they had like belly dancing like for the adults and stuff. It's a really great little rec center right here. So I can see some kids in there, so I'm probably gonna turn off the camera. In case some of you are wondering like what kind of terrible parents I had. You know, the 90s were just a different time. I used to walk home as a little kid and lock the door behind me and just call my parents to let them know I'm home. I'm pretty sure that that's illegal now, but yeah, I think a really great thing that I loved about being here or growing up here was, yeah, there's definitely the issues of safety and like kids getting hit by cars. But at the same time, there was definitely a great sense of independence, even as a little kid here. Of course, you know, as more and more houses came in and the ranches and stuff started heading out, with it came more cars and more traffic, and yeah, I think it became less and less safe. Okay, here we are. We're on the walk back home. Sorry. Loud cars. Some of my concluding thoughts. I don't know if this street is necessarily a very safe one for kids to be hanging out in anymore. I think I kind of realized that as an adult, but I don't know. I'm now realizing that I have a view of like Tijuana from here. Yeah, it's just like a hill away. It's so close. All right, guys, last pass through. There's my house one last time. My old house. It's like a really weird fleshy color, huh? There's been a lot of weird fleshy colored things lately. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. Now I am here at the very end of Saturn Boulevard. I'm being attacked by mosquitoes right now, so I'm not going to be here very much longer, but I hope you guys enjoyed my little tour. I need to go and edit this, and this is the end of this video. Goodbye, guys.